Okay. I'm recording, but I don't know. I don't know whether this will work or not. We'll see. I'm not doing anything else. We'll see. This is a system that I could have tried out probably quite a while ago. It's a built-in mic to earplugs, normally used for people that are making phone calls so they can have hands-free. They can have their hands free while they're talking on the phone to someone. And this system apparently has been around for a long time, but I never really, because I don't do phone calls very much, especially. I never had much need for hands-free phone calls, so I wasn't aware of this. So I'm trying it out. As regards how good the pickup is on this, I have no idea. So this is a good test because I've got my phone in my inside pocket and the jacket is zipped up, so if this mic doesn't work, there's definitely no audio going to the phone. Then the other problem is placement of the mic. I don't know what the best place is to put this mic. I think where it is okay. I just have the headphones around my neck, they're not in my ears or anything. That's about the best I can do with this thing. If it were to work in a reasonably good way, then it's a good system, because again it looks like I've just got headphones kind of draped around my neck. I don't think anyone would suspect I'm making a recording. Buongiorno. And I remember to bring my other little Danzru thing. My Danzru thing with me. I'm going to try and record the meeting just from my breast pocket. I think I'm going to see if I pick up anything from there. think it would be good to mention. Somebody coming. I think it would be good to mention. I tried to upload 2 hours of SimCity in connection with Terry Wogan from a show I found from the 9th of December 2002, just quite a ways back. Anyway, it uploaded, but then it was got a red mark on it. It said it was blocked worldwide, not just copyright, but blocked. So I'm trying to upload it in a private way to my Quint account, because I think I'd like I wouldn't mind a couple of shows just on my own Quint channel, so for myself really. But I'm a bit worried about the block thing. I mean, I just took it off. I didn't see anything like getting a strike or no anything. But you need to be careful on a channel that you don't do something stupid and then they delete your channel. Has happened to people. And if it happened to me, I'd be pretty pissed off. I got an awful lot of stuff on that channel. But I think blocked is just blocked. I did have one other video, which was a pretty harmless SimCity 30-minute video, which has got the sign partially blocked in various countries and no monetization, which doesn't bother me. But I hardly noticed that one, and it's still there on the channel. And that was a long time ago. I didn't receive any warnings or anything. I have an email, I must look at it, from just maybe that'll explain a bit more about the blocking thing. If it's just blocked, it's fine, I don't care. One of the other reasons for talking about that was how it's irritated me a bit, and it's such a flimsy ground to be irritated on, because it's a pointless exercise. What I'm doing is kind of a pointless exercise, you know. It's not even a very good SimCity recording. Also, the Terry Wogan stuff is, I mean, it's there online to listen to whenever you want. It's a really kind of pointless exercise in worry. Training. Stop and walk. Sit down, turn around. So yeah, trying to describe the feeling of that. It's It's like a distraction, you know. It's like a distraction of some kind. It's like something that's undone that you want to do, something that's not tidied up. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm dwelling on it now. And it doesn't deserve to be dwelt on. This whole thing, it would have been better to delete the video, I think, maybe. Just delete the thing completely. And just say, okay, well, it was an interesting idea, it didn't work in terms of going, having it on my channel and getting some views. But I enjoyed myself last night, I enjoyed listening to it. So, you know. But again, to be honest, if you listen to a radio station and a program, to our program, the only reason you'd listen to it again really is for the music, I guess. The 9th of December, 2002. I wonder what I was doing back then. Flo says that's the Christmas that we broke up. So that would have actually been that dreadful Christmas and that time where Jessica stayed in my place. And apparently I was drunk and wasn't very nice to be with for a young child. Not a good time. That was 2002, and I was fucking out of control with alcohol at that point. And I still went on for another. Well, it was December the 9th, 2002, and I was eventually stopped at December the 25th, 2013. So it was like there was 11 more years of that. 11 more years of that drinking. So, what was I doing as Terry Wogan was doing his show that morning? Was it a Monday morning? Yeah, I think it was a Monday morning. Monday morning, was I still? I think I was still in the video shop. Although I'm not sure of that. The video shop. I mean, if that's the case, I would have simply been in bed, asleep, when Terry Wogan was doing his show. I would have got up at 10:15 or something, and I dragged myself over to the video shop to open. Or actually on a Monday, I think I worked from 2 in the afternoon to 10. So I would have slept. So when that was broadcast originally, it's more than likely I was asleep. thinking about this whole thing. I'm a bit confused about the weapons inspectors. Because as I was listening to that last night, I was thinking, I thought that whole business was much earlier. You know, was Tony Blair still around in 2002? In my mind, that was back in the 90s. But I guess it could have been 2002. I don't know. I mean, that's definitely the program. Does that mean that they went to war with Iraq after that? That Saddam Hussein was still in power and still ruling Iraq when I was living in that place, and when I was going to see Flo for the first time? Just in my mind, that was much further back in time, the whole Saddam thing. Anyway, there's a whole string of Terry Wogan shows on that My Cloud or whatever it is, and it's very entertaining. I like listening to him. It's good as well because he talks and he tells jokes and things, and he ties in his show with things that are happening at that moment in time. So you get a little bit of history kind of interlaced in the show. I wish I could find all the Terry Wogan morning shows he did. I think he worked for many years, I think maybe in the 80s, possibly the 90s, I don't know. I'd love to have recordings of a show from further back. There was a time I would have been perfectly happy to just listen to Terry Wogan and perhaps play my game without the need to record everything. Now it's really a strong element in it all. For me, I really want to record everything for prosperity. It's a shame that Terry Wogan thing didn't just get uploaded just with the copyright thing. You know, I would have been happy if someone said it's just copyrighted, so you can upload it, but you can't monetize it. It would have been okay, because there was a chance that would have gained some interest. Anyway, it's not a bad idea to upload a few to the Quint channel. I think I can go back. And you can either watch the SimCity build on mute if you really wanted to, or you could just listen to the show at some point in the future. Just picked up a 1.25 liter of Coca-Cola bottle somebody has thrown in the fucking grass. Normally, it wouldn't really be going text today, but I'm going with Flo because she went yesterday and she'd asked me to go today, so she doesn't have to drive up and back 2 days in a row. And I would get to another meeting. And I may share on the fact of looking back through some old journals and realizing just how different my life back then was from now. It's easy to forget. And yeah. Just thinking about all the games on my laptop. It's getting quite filled up now, the SD cards, the drives, not the SD cards. They're both quite well over halfway full. Of course, I could take off all those photographs. They're already on the expansion pack. So I could delete those. I like having them there. And I'm just thinking of the games. I was thinking, would I care to delete some of the games to make up some space? I was in the middle of a Frostpunk run through, and then I stopped playing it, and that was quite a few months ago. And I may go back and play that. It's quite a challenge, that game. I may go back and play it, but I'd have to start at the beginning again, rather than try and pick up where I left off. Although I don't know if I'm right or wrong in it, but I may have left off at actually at a good point where I've got lots of coal machines bringing in lots of coal, I don't know how close I am to the end. I'll have to check. Would I really ever bother to play the Anno game again? The Anno 2020, or no, what is it? Anno 2200, I think. It's got some nice little graphics in it. Could be relaxing to watch, but all in all, it's kind of a lifeless kind of game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd ever want to play that again. It's got a very basic dynamic to it, the Anno. It starts off pretty easy, and then you've got to get various things, and as the game progresses, it costs more, and it's more difficult to get a hold of some of these resources you need in order to keep expanding. And you've got to pick up certain elements by going kind of to war in this navy sim on these tankers or these boats. I never really got into it. And the new one, for all the fanfare and all the hoo-ha about the new one. Man, where are the bins here? I can't get rid of this fucking bottle I'm carrying. I don't see any bins. Carry it the whole way home. Yeah, I looked at the new one. I even played it for a little bit. But in spite of its new look, it's exactly the same feel to it. I mean, exactly the same dynamic. You build loads of these people, and then you can upgrade to these people, and then you upgrade to a slightly higher class of people. I think there's a bin here, beside the mail boxes. Yes. I've been into very few games when all's said and done. Ghost Recon, I may have another crack at it. I quite enjoyed playing that. And I think it's a game, the Ghost Recon one, where you actually got 3 guys that you control. I think with more practice, and it's a game, I think I could play a lot more. I think with more and more practice, you'd get more and more out of that game. The better you'd become at it, and the more stuff you get, and the more polished kind of you can attack compounds and take out the bad guys. I think it would reward you, you know. Red Dead Redemption 2, again, for all the fanfare, I kind of feel it's a game you play through once, and I'm not sure I'd really ever want to play it through again. It's very long. Some of the missions are a little repetitive, and it just gets a bit well, it gets a bit boring. It's got that whole section with John Marston after the end of the main character. Can't even remember his name. Which is just, this really the definition of a grind. You have to do all this stupid stuff, and he looks like an idiot. And there is a slight payoff when he gets to put his stuff on and become the John Marston you know from Red Dead 1. But once I finished the story, I went online for a bit, and you just spend a lot of time wandering around a kind of empty map. And you can play these kind of games which are manic. Or you can kind of wait and try and ambush another player. But it wasn't for me. And just playing offline, you know, just with John Marston going on, I went back to play the game again, and I think if there was a way, because I'm never going to finish it the second time around, I just don't have any interest. But because I'm only in the beginning parts of the game, I have no access to Armadillo and that whole region. So I may see if I can go back to the game. And I'm not sure I can do this actually, but because I think when I went back to play again, I canceled everything. Because what I thought would be interesting is just to ride through all this area with John Marston, if I can't do it with the other guy. Because I have a connection with all those areas between rocks, tumbleweed. I played many an hour there, and it's kind of, it can be very escapist. Unfortunately, I don't have the same connection to all the new areas at the moment. It's just kind of strange. You think it'd be the ultimate kind of getaway and escapism to get on your horse and go up to the top of the mountain with the snow and hunt something and eat it and find a cabin to live in and just, you know, do that. But it just hasn't gripped me like that. So surprisingly, I've kind of played, considering how much I thought I'd play, I actually played very few hours of the Red Dead Redemption 2. I got tired of it very quickly. Ghost Recon, as I'm thinking about now, is definitely a game I'll go back to. Because like I said, there's tons in it. It may be kind of repetitive, but there's so much more of the map. It's massive. There's so many places to go, and it's done really well. It's very nice. It's very nice graphics, nice to look at. Got the weather, kind of dynamic weather. There's a really decent sensation when you get into a nice position and take out some enemies. And again, I think it's a kind of strategic game. It's not like the Anno game, which is just kind of a grind. The Ghost Recon, I think the more you play it and the more you practice it, you could probably really make use of the 3 soldiers you're assigned to. You could probably get them to do, you get used to you could learn how to put them into proper positions and execute proper ambushes or use your drone properly. It's definitely a game I'd like to get better at. I definitely have a feeling of wanting to play more of that game. Don't have that for Red Dead unless they put the film editor in, and then I'd obviously go back and do some movie making. I think movie making in that would be fantastic. I don't know why they don't do that. If they did and they put it on PC, I don't think I'd bother getting it. It's already on PC, actually. I wouldn't buy it anymore. I bought the Grand Theft Auto and I was crazy about the music, the movie making for a few weeks, and then, like everything else, it just stops. I may go back to it someday. So many things. All that area of uploading stuff and YouTube. It's much, much better than Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, I think. Instagram, you do have the photograph thing, but YouTube, it branches out into so many things. Because you can upload games like SimCity or whatever. And that's one thing. Then you could work on just some audio and attach it to the game. Or on another day, you could just focus on doing the tutorial about, let's say, the digital recorder I've got. And there's some asceticism to be gained just from uploading a nice video on that. Let's say 5 minutes. As you go through the content of other people, you learn stuff. You learn how to use OBS. You learn about 360-degree cameras. You learn about computers and iPhones. Although I can't see myself ever making a computer, even though I've got the desktop that's not working. I mean, that might be a perfect opportunity to have a go at just building a PC, cheap one. But I don't want to get into that. That would be too. I just know it would cause too much irritation. I don't know what I need. It's an old motherboard. It's pointless, probably. Although I'm sure it's not. I'm sure there are. I guess I could check to see. But then you gotta wait for the stuff to come. You gotta buy all the stuff. See if it fits. There's so much, honestly. You can buy a desktop for €200 now. It's just no point in going through all that hassle. So yeah, YouTube is great because it opens up so many different areas. And you find things and then you think, I'm going to get one of those, I'm going to get that. And then you can do talks or you can do tutorials on what you get, or you can express your opinion on things. It's really it's a kind of multi-layered, I don't know what the phrase I'm looking for is, but there's just a great amount of things you can do. It's literally almost anything that you can imagine that is kind of reasonable and not XXX or anything, then you can go ahead and do it. You can mix the audio with the video, you can try and upload movies or pictures or poetry. You can do anything you want. And in turn it introduces you to other things, which can in turn give you inspiration. Like me listening to the I'm Apollo guy, he actually inspired me to do a few of my own piss-taking videos, which I'm kind of still in the process of doing some of that. There's a lot out there to take the piss out of. The only problem with it all is that there is so much stuff. And there is also the opportunity to get very irritated by so many different things. So you've really got to be able to pick and choose kind of carefully, I think. And you've got to draw the line under things. And really draw a line and not keep going on and on with something that's just becoming a pain. .360 cameras, for instance. I mean, I could have went on and on with that. If not the camera, then let's say the lapel mics. I've actually got another one ordered, but I'm pretty much done with that as well. Trying to upload Terry Wogan, you know. You've got to just leave these things and move on. Try not get bogged down in your mind with all of this stuff. That looks like Flo. Cuckoo! Little fella, did you see me? You didn't see me, did you? You didn't see me. Wow, that was a big welcome.
That was a big welcome.
That was a big welcome for Tuco. Normally you just pass me by. it's him! It's him! Good boy. Let's go. Oh, that was great. I didn't expect you to come out.
I called you. You didn't answer.
You called me?
Yeah, I wanted to see how far you were.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't hear anything. No, I'm talking through because I'm testing out that little, you know, the mic in the headphones. So if I'd had the headphones, if I had them plugged in, I think I would have heard. Perhaps. Otherwise, it's completely turned down. I think it said something about silent mode.
I went by the back doors in case we cross each other. You know, I go by the garage, you go by the back door.
No, but it's good to know. It means when I'm plugged in like this,
you don't receive calls.
I'm not going to receive calls. I think that's what the silent mode thing means. Allez. Good boy.
It's good that you took your hat, huh?
Yeah.
Easy and chilly, in fact, huh?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. At that time of the year, yeah.
It's changeable. Well, when you were in Maraval, it must have been Sunday, I was walking into the Connemara and there was a gale blowing in my face, you know,
yeah,
it was really...
The wind is always, when you go, night's fine, you know, but when I was walking towards you, I had the wind in my face.
But the thing is, I brought my hat and everything else and I was thinking, well, when I go back, at least the wind will be behind me. And when I came back, absolutely no, there's no wind, it just completely stopped. It was really, really still and sunny and bright, it was like, and that was just...
An hour later.
Yeah, it's very changeable. Yeah. I was telling myself how good YouTube is for a hobby because it's got so many facets to it. You know, you can upload lots of stuff, but you also learn about different things. And then the more you learn, you can take the 360-degree camera or whatever. That didn't work for me, but then you can upload more videos on that. So compared to Twitter or any of the other ones, Facebook, I think it's a much better platform because it's like this. For me, there's, you know, I can upload SimCity. I can look for little voice phones and then do videos about the voice phones. I can find old radio broadcasts and then talk. You know what I mean? There's lots of and then I can watch that guy, I'm Apollo, and he gives me an idea to do all the skits. Tuco, wait. So it kind of generates lots of different ideas. Oh, did he go wrong there?
Stop. Tuco, stop.
At the other bike.
Yeah, hello. Huh?
Yeah. I had to stop him yesterday. He was going to run after the tractor. Tractor was coming up this way and he was like, "Rrr!" I said, what the fuck? Stop, where are you going? Don't be running after the tractor.
In the field?
No, it was on the road.
On the road.
He was all set to run after it. So, I said, don't be stupid.
Say that.
Yeah, that's pretty windy. Look at that fella. So you're just doing your thing today and you're not doing any yoga?
No. I want you.
So we'll be coming back early, 7?
Yeah, when you finish it at 7.
All right.
We'll be back here at 8. So he doesn't know that we're going to take the back door. Oh no, it's at paper toilet. It's you pissing there and there. Stop. Easy.
The problem with him, isn't it? He waits, but he doesn't seem to look around.
No.
I was here, like I was saying once, and I was thinking to myself, if I just say allez,
if you go any risk,
he'll go. And there was, there was a lorry coming one way and a car coming the other way. So I was kind of thinking, surely you can hear what's happening. He's in his little dream world all the time. The obsession of peeing and everything. Did you get that? That's your tractor now?
Smell obsession.
Is that your tractor? How about those cars? Are they all yours as well?
Like that. Ah, he's a little character, huh?
Yeah.
Not the easiest dog, I'd say. Compared to Rock, for example, who really doesn't say anything to any dog,
No,
to any people
compared to
passing by, never barks.
Some dog. Well, Pastis doesn't look to be the easiest dog either, is he?
No, Pastis
He's
as well.
kind of cranky as well.
Yeah. But the small dogs are known to have strong personality, you know.
Allez.
When you take Rock, Nisei, or Isabel, you know, they are dogs. No, Lisa actually, she's Rock.
I'll just
we
check
started training,
for
you know?
something.
Yeah. Check what?
Yeah, for the spice. Bye. Just nothing. But my mummy said she sent me the spice. I'm gonna have to come and say, there is no spice here. So don't have time for lots of. Hello, you. Hello, little fella. Up. What's that? Oh, that's my boy. That's my little fella. Ooh. There you go. That's for you.
That's not going to be about election.
You need to read all this. Why have they got a picture of the cat seasons? Is that the cat seasons now?
Really?
Ouvert. Cuisine du Monde. Ouvert. See here.
Raison pour vous et avec vous.
I don't know where that is.
What? Does that mean that he's putting in his office in the cat saison things?
Is that the cat seasons?
Yeah. That's supposed to be the cat saison. He's putting his flag there. What's that? Une permanence sera assurée tous les mardis de 9h à 11h, 13 allées Romain Celsis. J'ai remonté aussi.
Good advertising for the place, isn't it? I guess. Yeah, he wants to connect with the people, Flo. That's what it is.
That's all the list of Whitney, you know? You've got Pelagio. Whitney list.
Right, let's finish this. Okay, I'll say good night. That was 55 minutes of recording, so we'll stop there. Thank you very much.